Abandoning the world isn't strength, it's stupid. Here's why I think MAGA isolationism doesn't work. So recently, the general vibe has been turning in a pretty hard way against international cooperation and democratic intervention. It seems like the United States is scarred from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and they feel like every foreign intervention threatens to be a quagmire that just flushes away American lives and manpower. I think this is incredibly naive and actively harmful. Trump's foreign policy specifically is anti-American because it completely abandons the traditional role that the United States played in terms of our international support for democracy and broadly our support for what we call the Liberal International Order, or LIO. The LIO is the world order, crafted by the United States and our allies after the Second World War in order to spread political and economic liberalism, as well as global cooperation and adherence to a common set of rules and values. Values that say you can't just walk into other countries like Russia did. And that liberal internationalism and free trade is probably the best way to secure peace and prosperity. Prosperity, by the way, that has dramatically increased since the LIO was established. Remember, the LIO was established and led in large part by the United States, and it helped to cement the US and our allies as leaders in a global order and the protector of an institutional order that benefited ourselves and the cause of liberalism in general. It also spread ideals America believes in, like individual civil liberties, pluralism, and social mobility through capital markets. It has brought so much peace and prosperity, not only to us, but to many other countries as well, notably our allies. I'll probably talk about Ukraine in a whole other video, but in general, Trump's actions largely contradict the idea of the LIO by rebuking institutions like the UN, WTO, and IMF, etc., as well as withdrawing from agreements, tariffing our allies, and insulting our neighbors. And basically, my whole point here is that nature abhors a vacuum. That's Aristotle, by the way. As Trump removes the United States from all these mechanisms that increase and spread our cultural, economic, and political influence, do you think nobody's gonna take advantage of that? This is where I think Trump is probably actually just a dipshit. As we step back, others step in. This is just how it works. I know MAGA is loath to do this or that foreign agreement or station troops or whatever, but how would we feel when our adversary moves in after we leave? If the governments that we give aid to turn to China or Russia, who will happily help them out because they understand the importance of influence? America is big and strong, and we can bully smaller countries, but if we remove every factor that makes us big and strong and make sure everyone in the world hates us, we'll see how long America is great. If you disagree with me, let me know.